Hi guys, Nadeja here. Welcome to my channel, Live and Align. Wanted to talk to you guys today about something that I've recently learned. This message is mainly for the ladies, but guys, of course, feel free to tune in. If you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you so much for joining, liking, commenting, and subscribing down below. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I wanted to talk to you today about something that I recently learned. Fairly recent. In the span of my life, I would say recent because it's only been about the last year. Yeah, about the last year that I've really learned and understood this. About men. Okay, ladies, I'm going to put you up on game because men are really big on respect. Respect is everything. And if you don't know, now you know. Men operate, live, breathe, and function off of respect. If you don't respect them, then they're not going to love you. They're not going to care about you. Nothing. Okay? But this is my thing. I've learned that if a man does not trust you, he cannot respect you. If he can't respect you, then he cannot love you. Again, if a man cannot trust you, he cannot respect you. If he does not respect you, he absolutely, positively cannot love you. He just can't. Men eat, sleep, and breathe respect. And I found this out the hard way because, again, as I've been stating in my last few videos that I've been talking about relationships, unfortunately, we went to school, we went to high school, we went to college. Nobody ever taught us how to get along with the opposite sex. At least not in my path, not in my journey along the way. Nobody ever said, hey guys, we're going to take a class on relationship one-on-one of the opposite sex so that women, when you get out there, you can learn how to be a good wife, a good girlfriend, how to be a good friend to your man. No one ever taught us that. There was no classes that I knew about anyway. Now, y'all can let me know if y'all have come across somebody or somewhere, something that helped y'all or trained y'all as a woman or a man to get along with the opposite sex and kind of trained you. I had a friend one time when I worked in Jersey City, New Jersey, shout out to y'all. She said that when she got proposed to, she was Catholic. She said they actually had classes on how to be a wife in the Catholic religion. Is anybody familiar with that? She said once you get engaged to, they literally start having classes as to how to be a wife. And I was like, yo, that's dope. Wow. Never heard of it. I know that as Christians and as other believers, when we getting married or about to get married or proposed to or engaged, we have usually premarital counseling with our spouse. But is there anything that says, ladies, we're going to have this class on how to be a wife, how to understand the opposite sex? Men, we're going to have this class on how to be a husband. That would be helpful. So many people are getting married just to get divorced. So many people are becoming engaged just to not get married. And so many people are getting together as boyfriend and girlfriend and not making it because nobody knows how to do it right. We go off of our feelings and our emotions. We love you one minute, the next minute we don't. Now we're gone. What kind of cycle is this, guys? So, ladies, again, I'm going to keep this short because this is just that simple. If a man does not trust you, right? The way it was explained to me, number one, let me just tell you how I learned. I dated a guy who, oh, help me, Father. I dated a guy who, he wasn't big on words, unfortunately. He was more of a, I could show you better than I could tell you type of guy. So he would do things on purpose to quote unquote teach me lessons. Now, what I didn't like was the fact that if I missed a lesson or I didn't get it, I still was feeling a way about how he was interacting with me. And he didn't care. He didn't care because he felt like, well, I'm helping you. What? If someone doesn't even know what's going on, how will you help? Anyway, so after we broke up, because that's where it landed, after years of being together, after we broke up, I finally reflected on what he used to say. He used to say, the men in my family, we sense weakness. The men in my family, if we smell blood in the water, we're going in for the kill. The men in my family, that's just how we are. You have to be able to function with them. You have to step your game up to function and operate with them. Now, that's not always the best thing, Because to me, I feel like that's a form of like, well, I'm going to take advantage of you. It's like survival of the fittest. If you can't get with their program, you're going to get run over. And that didn't really feel good, because then it felt like I didn't have a partner. I had a competition. I had someone that I was battling with just to be able to function along with them in a relationship. I didn't like that. But anyway, what I learned after we broke up was that there would be little tests and little things that they would do. I learned early on in the past, I would say 3 years with that person. I did learn a lot. Unfortunately, it resulted in us not being together, but I learned a lot. So I guess it'll be good for my future going forward. But if men are going to test boundaries, ladies. Whatever's going on, men are going to see how far they can go with you. Now, this isn't always good, but that's just how they are. They're going to test boundaries. They're going to see how far they can push the button with you to see how can they trust you. When they meet you, if you half naked and they are, able to hug you and squeeze your butt, or if they're able to hug you and cop some feels, and they just met you, they're going to believe that this is how you are with all men. You can say, hey, I never did this before. It's my first time doing something like this. They're not going to believe you. Because if you just met them and you don't have no restraint and you're just real loose and you open and you wide open with them, they're going to think that this is how you are with all men. They're not going to trust you. They're not going to respect you, and they're not going to love you. They'll have a good time with you, but then they'll drop you on the side of the road. They're not going to want anything permanent with you. That's number one. That's what I learned. So, and not because I did that, but because I've heard about stories where men have said, she let me do this, this, and this. And it was only our first month together, our first couple of weeks together, and she must do this with everybody. So therefore, they're going to get what they can get from you, but they're not going to trust you. Therefore, they're not going to respect you as a woman, a person, girlfriend, and they're not going to love you. Okay? So men operate from a standpoint of respect. If they can't get those other two things from you, you will not be loved. If they don't get trust to be able to respect you as a person and see that you will stand your ground. That's why sometimes men say they want to know that you'll leave. I've heard that too from the talks on YouTube where people say that men will only value a woman that they know will leave. Because that means that they trust you in those certain parameters and your boundaries, and they know that you're not going to tolerate their BS. So if they do some silly stuff with you, they disrespect you, and you stay, you are selling yourself short. You cannot stay with the man. If he has disrespected you and shown his behind, and he's showing you that he does not value and respect you, then he's not going to love you. If you're trying to be loved by a man, ladies, you have to be firm in who you are, your framework as a woman, and what you will and will not tolerate. Do not bend, do not waver, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Do not change your tune for a man. If you have your protocol and your program set up, and you have your own life where you go to choir rehearsal, where you go to your Toastmasters meeting, your chess club, where you go to your girlfriend's house every Thursday, y'all play cards or something, or listen, if you have your own life going, keep your own life going. Show that you are an individual with a life and a purpose, and you're on a mission with or without this person. If men see you start to waver and flex, and now you're not going to your show, now you're not going to your meeting, now you're not doing nothing with your girlfriend, you're cutting everybody off, and you're just making it all about them, you're not having your own life and maintaining still, they look at that in a certain kind of way too. Don't know how exactly, but they will look at that in a kind of way. Because it's like, oh, now I come before everybody. I'm first now. I'm priority. That could be good and not so good. But my point is, ladies, stick to your guns. Know what you want. Know what you will and will not tolerate. Put your foot down when there's even the slightest hint of disrespect. Because sometimes they're going to want to know that they can trust that you are going to check them if they are disrespectful to you. So it's very, very important that you are mindful how you allow a man to treat you. You teach him what you want and what you will tolerate based off of what you allow. You teach someone how to treat you based off what you allow. So I'm going to wrap this up now. This is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. However, ladies, if he does not trust you, he will not respect you, he will never love you. He has to be able to trust you as a person, how you'll be outside of his face, in his face. Because men want to know that when they're not around, how are you going to be with other guys? If another man pushes up, does he trust that you are going to hold your ground and not even entertain this man? Or are you going to be keying and smiling and grinning and flirting with this guy and disrespecting him behind his back? I always have a firm rule. Act how you would act as if your significant other was always right there present with you. If you behave as though they're right there with you, even when you can't literally see them, if you behave as though they can always see you, you really won't go wrong. Honestly, you won't go wrong. So I'm going to wrap this up now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this long. I appreciate your time. And let me know if you have any comments, anything that you want to chime in on regarding this, because when I learned that a man, if he doesn't trust you, he won't respect you. If he doesn't respect you, he will not love you. You can love him all day, ladies. We are different. Men really are from Mars, women are from Venus. That's the terminology, because it's a book that goes into the differences between that goes into the detail of how different we are as men and women. But it's so important, guys. It's so important. Ladies, I hope that I was able to help you understand some things. Again, if a man does not trust you, if he doesn't trust you, and that doesn't mean like that you won't lie, but that means how you are, your character. If he doesn't trust your solidity as a person, that's why men are so big on this whole, and I did a talk about that too, this alpha male thing. They want to know who you are. If they don't trust that what you've shown them is really who you are, and you flimsy and you wavering, and every chance you get, but you different, and no matter whatever group that you're in, you're this way with some people, you're that way with other people. You flimsy, you're not reliable, you're not loyal. They look for loyalty. That's why they say loyalty. They want to know that you're going to be down for them no matter who you around. And if they don't trust that you will be, they won't respect you. If they don't respect you, they won't love you. All right, guys, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know what y'all think, fellas. Did I hit the nail on the head? Did I miss something? Let me know, guys. I can only know if you share it with me. Thank you guys so much for your time. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.